And welcome everyone from the floor of Eagle Bank Arena, the vault as we call it. We are here ready to talk about the big matchup between the teams right behind us right now. Grand Canyon, they're warming up, they're stretching. Long Beach State, haven't been on the court yet, they'll be on the court, don't worry, they're not 4 for 8. First of 2 matches today in the opening round. We'll get to Penn State, Ohio State later, but Jonathan, initial thoughts. The Antelopes, can they thunder in to the semifinals?
This is the one match that I wish that we could have seen during the regular season, but this makes this match even more attractive. I think there's a lot of questions about the way that Grand Canyon finished the season, 4-6 to end the regular season. But at the same token, Long Beach State, they ended on a sour note themselves, losing in the Big West Tournament to UC Irvine. Both teams are looking for something to prove. I think we're in for a good match.
Well, it's a match we've not only been waiting for this season, but a match we've been waiting for since 2019. Keep in mind, Jonathan, last time these two teams played was that year. And I'll tell you, hey, this is the beauty of going live on the court right now. You never know what's going to happen. But talk about that 2019. Christian Jenke, that was his first collegiate match. Now he's a vet on the team. So I'm excited. This is a matchup we don't see often, and that's what you love to see sometimes in the NCAA Tournament matches, those cross-pollinations. The matchup within the matchup that I'm intrigued to see about on this one is, can Grand Canyon get their middles going? That's going to be the big question mark for me, especially Rico Wardlow. You talk about what Wardlow's been able to do this year, especially on the slide. Long Beach hasn't seen much of a slide this season. They're a good blocking team. How will they adjust to that? But I think that you have some of the best middle attackers in the country playing in this one. When you talk about Torrey, you talk about Holloway, Cameron Thorne, what he's done this season as a freshman, Rico Wardlow, high on him. I think this is going to be fun. That's a fun matchup that I'm looking for.
For me, I think we see what the recipe is to beat Long Beach State. Hawaii did it last month. Irvine did a couple weeks ago. Can Grand Canyon put enough service pressure on Long Beach State? If they can, I think they have a great chance. It's going to come from Drinky. It's got to come from Gianni. We'll see if that happens.
And you talked about the service pressure. You're going up against one of the best liberos in the country. My mind, the heir apparent to Eric Soji on the men's national team, Mason Briggs. And then you have Sapanis. I would imagine they're going to try to target Sapanis a little more here. Try to get him out of system. If you get Sapanis out of system, for Spencer Olivier to beat you. I think that's going to be big. But the setter matchup, Nicholas Slight, I think he is the better setter in this matchup.
No question.
Yeah, so this is going to be a fun one. And then pin hitters, once again, dynamic pin hitters on both. I'm excited to see, Gianni, what he's able to do from the service line. But the other thing, keep in mind, folks, about this Grand Canyon team, they are playing with a chip on their shoulder. They have had a chip on their shoulder ever since this program started. Way back in the days, the MPSF didn't want them, ended up in the MIVA. The MPSF only took them in because the Big West broke up. So, this team has worn that chip on their shoulder since their creation, back to the Trent Burns days. As a libero. This is a team that embraces being the underdog, and they've heard all the chatter the last week. You don't belong here. You lost 5 of your last 6. These players are using that as motivation tonight. So I'm excited for that matchup. Let's now switch gears. Let's talk about the other matchup, a good Big Ten throwdown. Mark Pavlik in the news conference yesterday was calling it the Big Ten Championship. We saw them twice this season, Jonathan. Penn State won the first one. Ohio State won the second one.
And both won on the opposite court. And that's obviously is a neutral court.
Right. And the thing I think about all that, none of that really matters at this point. I look at these two teams, they are totally different from when they played in January. And even when they played in March, think about it, Michael Wright had just taken in that setter role responsibility. He'd been inserted back into the starting lineup. Now he's been rolling that offense
and
now
Shane
for 13.
Wetzel?
Yeah, Shane Wetzel comes into play here. The pretzel has been dynamic. Absolutely dynamic. We're just dropping the nicknames left and right here, folks, as we continue to break this down. But
I think for me, both teams have struggled keeping the ball in from the service line. Last time that Ohio State was here, they committed 34 service errors. In that match
last time in the regular season.
Yes, sorry. Last time before Sunday, I'm sorry. In the regular season, they were playing here. They had 34 service errors, and that clearly is the reason why they lost to Grand Canyon. When Penn State lost to Ohio State at Happy Valley, Penn State had 30 service errors. If they can, the team that can put service pressure on the other team, but while keeping the ball in from the service line, is going to win the match.
Well, I think the other big factor is going to be in this one is going to be, will Penn State's All-American middle attacker Toby Azunu, there we go. Aziz, there we go. But Easyoni, thank you. Toby Aziz, yeah, we got Toby. He's coming in, once again, injured himself in the semifinals of the EIVA tournament. He's been dynamic without a doubt this season. One of the top threats. He's hitting more than 450. Block-wise, he's been dynamic. And you think about even that loss that Penn State had, Toby wound up hitting 10 kills, hit about 500 in that one. So I think his presence is going to be needed, especially when you talk about a Ohio State team that has some really, really good, very underrated good middle attackers in Justin Howard and then Cole Young.
We all know about Toby Easyoni. We know about their pin hitters, Cal Fisher and Brett Wildman. We know about their setter, Cole Bogner, sorry. But the player I want to highlight is Ryan Work. He had his breakout party at Hawaii. Huge match against Hawaii. I think he's going to be the key to Penn State because we know that the Ohio State offense starts with Jacob Hastro.
Well, it is going to be a fun matchup to say the least. Fans are coming in, as you see, to the arena. They're excited. They're ready to go. They just want to get their seat because this is going to be a rockin' barn. They're rushing to get their seats. All right, folks, that's going to do it for us here. You've heard enough of us talking. Be sure to check out these matches, both airing on ESPN+. Come back to us after the matches for all the post-match news and analysis. That's Jonathan Bates. I'm Vinny Lopez. Let's have some fun volleyball tonight from the Vault.